We have breaking news out of Detroit, where Tigers GM Aussie has sent starting pitcher Josh Eknes to Toledo to play AAA. Now, Villain had this to say to the press just moments ago. Look, I warned him. I tried my best. I warned him and warned him and warned him. And believe me, I wouldn't wish Toledo on my worst enemy, but it's the only way he's going to learn. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Detroit. It is Season 7, Episode 3. Today we are going to be playing the Tampa Bay Rays and we're going to be doing it without Josh Eknes, who has been sent to AAA. I warned him. I feel like he just needs to go back to AAA and show me that he knows how to throw a baseball, because he's not showing any sign of it right now. His ERA for the season was up over 6. And it just wasn't good enough. So we're sending him back to AAA. Once he shows us there that he's actually able to pitch at Major League level, we'll call him back in, but he's not coming back until he does that. So, yeah, that is what's happened. Now, in order to be able to do this and not completely leave a massive hole in the bullpen, which you'd argue is not happening because his ERA was over 6, we had to do a little bit of trading. And that trading involved Keston Hiura leaving us and going off to the Atlanta Braves. Now, his batting average this season was below 200. He really wasn't doing much. He was a team captain, which obviously leaves a little bit of a hole in that side of things. He was on $5 million a year, and I just thought maybe we got a good year out of him, and now was the time to move on him. And the man we got in was Yordani Carmona, a left-arm pitcher. Now, he is a starting pitcher. He could be useful as a bullpen pitcher as well. And, well, we'll just kind of see exactly what we get. He's here basically to fill in for Eknes until Eknes shows us he can pitch again. That's the plan anyway. He's 27. He's on minimum wage. And if we have a look at his pitching career to date, it's not too bad, you'd have to say. Career ERA of 4.16 is not horrible. He's had one start for us already, which was fine. Career whip of 137. His WAR is more or less around 0, which is, again, kind of fine, for what we want him to do, kind of thing. So, yeah, we'll see how he gets on, and hopefully, he'll do a good job for us. Now, that left a hole in at first base, of course. And Xavier Edwards politely came off the injury list, so he's come in to replace Hiura. Vera moves over to first base, and Edwards will cover second base with a bit sort of the rotation position, and we'll move Louis Garcia back over to third, where he's a little bit stronger defensively. So, yeah, those are all the changes that we've made to the team. Now, let's go and have a look at how we've been going. And it's not been too bad, to be honest. We have won 14 of 26. We went and swept the Angels in LA, which is very nice. We went to the Twins, and this is where which went a little bit wrong for us. And I feel like, just generally speaking, we seem to have a poor record against the teams in our division, which really hurts us. So we only won 1 of 3 against the Twins. Then we went over the page here to May. We only won 1 of 3 against the Guardians. We got swept by the White Sox. And it's just, we're only winning 2 out of 9 against our divisional teams. It really does hurt, because it's like in football, a 6-pointer, you gain 3 and they lose 3 kind of thing, points if you win. It's kind of like a 2-game in that sense, is that we lose, they win, and we just sort of fall further and further behind. But we came back okay from that. We won 1 of 3 against Seattle, which obviously isn't great, but we then swept the Yankees in New York. We won 2 of 3 against Houston, 2 of 3 against Texas, and we come into this series against the Tampa Bay Rays, tied at 1. So hopefully we can now go and win this series, come back home, and get a win against the Raging Cajuns. Then go to KC and probably get swept, because that seems to be what we do. Now, if we look at the standings, we will see that we are top of the division. It is a very, very close division, only 3 games between top and bottom, but we are top of it right now, and that is important, obviously. The Mariners are absolutely, and the Rays as well, absolutely running away with their 2 divisions. So we've got a tough game today against Tampa. If we go down here and have a look at the wild card standings, again, it's a lot of teams in our division that are right at the top of it. You'll notice that Takazawa is currently sitting 3rd in batting averages. No one saw that coming. He's getting better and better year on year, and I'm really hopeful that we've got ourselves a very good player there. And if we come down a little bit further, where Girton is currently leading the league in ERA as well. Let's hope that stays, because I believe he is the starting pitcher for today's game. Now, let's have a look at everybody's pitching stats, and we can see them there. And, well, I mean, who do we point out here? Mike Ruff is having a bit of a rough time. Seymour, I'd like to see a little bit more from him. Indigo Diaz is another one, and Brady Basso. So there's a couple of guys that have not done particularly well, but then to counter that, we've got the likes of Reese Olson absolutely killing it, which is wonderful to see. 21 innings pitched, an ERA of .08. Which is, needless to say, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, Girton has been brilliant. Walling has been doing Walling things. And Sasaki, whatever his name is, he's doing really, really well as well. So he's settling in very quickly, which is fantastic. Contreras is a little bit up and down, but he's a little better than he was last year. So generally speaking, yeah, with one or two exceptions in the bullpen and Eknes now having left, I'm quite pleased with how the pitching's going this year, which is the big problem we had last year. And if we look at the hitters, we can see there again, I mean, Cabrera is a problem, 3 for 31 this season. Now he's only started 4 games, so it is a small sample size, but he's got a negative WAR of almost half, so he's not having a great time of things. But yeah, other than that, it's going quite well. Vega is just continuing to smash home runs for fun, and yeah, well, we just need to make sure that we don't miss Hura's bat too much, and Vera, I think, is doing a decent job of making sure that that's not the case. If he is a direct replacement at first base, Garcia is doing well at third base with the bat, and then we've got, you know, Edwards, who comes in and can kind of cover everybody's positions, and Rose is, I mean, he's doing well with the bat, so I think he'll continue to maybe even be first choice catcher this season if he can keep getting bat on ball for us as well. So that is how everything stands. Let's go and check these lineups for our game against the high-flying Tampa Bay Rays. And this is it. These matchups look good for a team that's playing over 600. All right, so Abrams leads us off at second base. Green bats second in left field. Vera at first base bats third. Ohtani cleans up at 4. At right field, I should say, sorry. Designated hitter Vega bats 5. Garcia bats 6 at third. Takazawa bats 7 in center field. Rose, the catcher, bats 8. Lopez, the shortstop, bats 9. Girton is the man on the mound for us. We're up against Gerson Batista. He has a 3-0 record this season, ERA of 2.17, so identical to Girton. A whip of 1, which is better than Girton. He has more strikeouts per 9 innings pitched, and well, only a 2-star rating, but the numbers suggest this is a very, very even game. Jacob Amaya, we had him, didn't we, earlier on in his career? So nice to see him again. So welcome to Tampa Bay. It will be Abrams to lead us off, batting 257. An 0-1 pitch. We're getting straight into this. Abrams, does he look to lay down a bunt? It is out at first. A weird camera angle here, isn't it? I wonder if it's that's weird. Anyway, so he's out at first, and we'll now get all the commentary to start the game. And there we go. Brings Riley Green in now, batting 317. A 1-2 pitch on Riley. He watches strike 3. And Vera will now come in, batting 293. Now, he has got his 100th hit for Detroit and his 100th career RBI, neither of which we'll be adding to there, as he also strikes out. So that ends the top of the first. And Girton will go to work against Josh Lowe, batting 208 this season. It is a 2-2 pitch. Let's see what he can do. And he is hit into left field, and it is on the bounce by Green, and a leadoff single for the Rays. In comes Curtis Mead, the Australian, of course, batting 249. He has sent that into deep center field. Takazawa's going back. At the fence, makes the catch, and that will be 1 away. Runner will stay at first, and Franco will come in now, batting 278 this season. And he has grounded it potentially into a double play. There's 1. No, just 1. So runner out at second. 2 away. And it is Carson Williams to the plate, batting 313 this season. A 1-2 pitch. And that is going to be fielded on the hop by Ohtani. And he gets it in. So runners at the corners with 2 away. Can we get ourselves out of this? Yoki Pena comes in now, batting 178. A 1-1 pitch. And that should do it. Green comes in. 2 hands, please, mate. There we go. We get out of that first without giving anything up. So nicely done. And Ohtani will lead us off, batting 232 this season. And Ohtani has sent that up into the roof. And that will be 1 away. In now comes Vega. Now, Vega has 97 career home runs. It'd be nice if he could get to 100 today. That's not going to happen as he strikes out. And Garcia will now come in, batting 297 this season. An 0-1 pitch. Garcia grounds it to first base, and that will do it for the top of the second. I can never understand why Garcia's is an OPS plus in that is so low, because he always bats well for us, like in terms of batting average. So, and you know, RBIs and those sorts of, I guess, base stats. So I always just don't quite understand why he's never really shown it into those other stats. But anyway, I don't fully. I kind of understand the other stats, but not really. It's kind of like I understand the internet. I understand how it works, but not why it works, kind of thing. Yeah, so I think similar thing with us. That could be a double play. That could be a double play, and that gets us out of the second. So yeah, but I said you guys have explained it to me, and I kind of get it. Like I understand how they, I understand the number kind of thing. I don't really understand what it's telling me or why it's, what I mean? Like, but yeah, I think I know what I mean. So you have no idea. Rose comes in now, batting 258 this season, or 254, I should say. Rose gets it into left field. And our first hit of the game by the man that we nicked off someone on Rule 5 draft day to be a backup catcher. And he is proving to be a very, very good player indeed. There he goes. He's going to get no, not even close. Should have stayed at first, mate. So 2 out, no one on for Lopez. A 2-2 pitch. And oh, Lopez gets it. Oh, robbed. Absolutely robbed. And that will end the inning. Bottom of the third, Girton will face Jacob and Mayer. I'm sure we had him here at the Tigers. We definitely had him somewhere. And that is lined to Abrams for 1 away. Josh Lowe comes back up, 1 for 1 today. It's an 0-2 pitch. Girton gets the strikeout for 2 down. In comes the great man Curtis Mead. He is 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Mead grounds it back to the pitcher and will be out at first. So scoreless through 3 as the top of the East faces the top of Central. And Abrams 0 for 1 will come back around to lead us off. It's a 2-0 pitch. Abrams to the second baseman and out at first. 1 away for Riley Green, who is 0 for 1 today. An 0-1 pitch. Green has grounded it back to the pitcher and he will be out at first as well. And it brings Vera back up, who is 0 for 1. It's a full count. Can Vera get himself on base? He has held off ball 4. And that is a 2-out walk. Ohtani comes in now, 0 for 1 today. An 0-1 pitch. Ohtani! 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 It's a 2-run home run over right field, 364 feet. And I don't know what to do with him and Green. I do not want to trade him. He is just so good. And that is a 2-0 lead in the top of the 4th. Vera comes in now. Vera, have we gone back to back? It's deep again. It is very deep again. It is caught at the fence. So close to going back to back there. Yeah, on the my thought, and it's kind of obvious at this point, is we'll see how we go as we get a leadoff single there from Franco into center field. If we look like we're going to be a team that can compete to get into the postseason, can we get the runner? No, Rose, he jumped up quick, just didn't quite have the arm. So there's a man at second now with no one out, which isn't ideal. Williams at the plate, a 3-1, and that is up the middle. That's going to score the runner, I think. Can Takazawa stop him? And the answer to that is no. So an RBI single, the lead is cut in half. And there's a runner at first with no one out. Pena to the plate, who's 0 for 1. But yeah, I kind of think we'll see how we're going. If we get to a point where it looks like we're going to compete in the postseason, we're a decent chance, then we might just keep them and risk losing them for nothing. Another strikeout for Girton there as Randy Arizona comes in. And I think he's going to walk him 2 on 2 out. This is getting a little bit nervous now. But if we get to trade deadline, I mean, that's going to be the thing, isn't it? At what point? Oh, we've loaded the bases. Hang on a second here. Girton. There's 2 out, mate. Can you just get him out, please? It's Jacob and Mayer. And Amaya has grounded to the second baseman. Once a Tiger, always a Tiger, Jacob. Love your work, mate. So they leave them loaded. And we'll go to the top of the 5th. Garcia to lead us off 0 for 1 today. But yeah, I think that's what we'll do is just wait and see how we go. There's a part of me that thinks if we trade Ohtani, if what's his face? Green is... Can we probably... It's a bit of a weird camera angle, so apologies we can't really see what's going on out there in left field just now. Yeah, part of me thinks if we trade Ohtani, that's Takazawa sent one into deep right field, but again, I think it is caught at the fence. If we trade Ohtani, I think he's on $8 million now. and Green is on 21 million, I think is what he got. So if we take that 8 million, add it on to what Green is currently making, then part of me thinks, could we keep Green? But then another part of me thinks, do we really want to pay one player 30 odd million a year as the Detroit Tigers? And, you know, what happens if he gets injured? You know, and it's just, there's a big part of me as Meade is going to get caught in shallow right field. There's a big part of me that thinks that it just doesn't feel right. You know, maybe we should be using that 30 million and getting, you know, 3 10 million money ball, isn't it? Get 3 10. Oh, we've dropped him at first base. Vera. Well, let's hope this doesn't come back to haunt us. And it's Franco as well. Probably one of the 2 men in their lineup you don't want to be dropping. And Green, if you can just 2 hands, please. There we go. So we get out of the 5th. Still 2-1 in front, though we are being out-hit 5-2. And a new pitcher as Michael Baez will come in for them. ERA for him this season of 6.48. Lopez is the man to lead us off. He is 0 for 1, though if I remember correctly, he was robbed in right field of a hit. And that's a 3-pitch strikeout, so not great. Abrams now, 0 for 2, comes in. That's a full count on him, and Abrams strikes out as well. And it brings in Riley Green, 0 for 2. A 1-2 pitch, and Green strikes out. Well, this guy looks quite good. How's his ERA over 6? Maybe he's a bit of an Ekness. He'll be brilliant, and then he'll absolutely stink the place out. In comes Williams, who is 2 for 2. He draws a leadoff walk. Pena now, who is 0 for 2. An 0-1 pitch. That gets away from Rose behind the plate. The runner goes to second. And this is not the greatest way to start off the 6th. Another one. Jesus Christ. Why don't we throw another one at Wild and we can just walk him in as well? A full count. Ground ball. Runner will stay at third, out at first. And that's about as well as that could have gone. And Reese Olson will now come in. So Girton has gone 5.1 inning. He has a runner at third still. Can Olson stop that run coming across? It's Helberto Hernandez, which is a fantastic name. There's a strikeout for Olson to start things off. And with 2 away, it's Randy Arizona at the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. Can we not let him go across? We can. All right. Olson does another wonderful job. Stops the runner coming across. We go to the 7th. Vera will lead us off 0 for 1 today. And Vera draws a lead-off walk. Can we get him around and pad this lead? He's not the greatest base runner. Otani, who hit the home run last time up, tries the same trick again, but that's going to be caught in center field. Runner will stay at first. It'll bring in Tony Vega, who is 0 for 2. There goes the runner, and Vera and Vega cannot be said in the same sentence. That's physically impossible to do. All right, Vega now with the runner at second. Oh, he strikes out, 2 away. It's going to come down to Garcia, who is 0 for 2. Can he drive this run in? It's an 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he can't. And we stretch 1 run up here in Tampa Bay. Okay, so Reese Olson will face Pinto, who is 0 for 1 to lead them off. It is a 2-2 pitch. And that is a ground ball to the third baseman, and Garcia has dropped it. So we are committing a lot of errors this season. It's a Maya with a 1-2 pitch. A Maya, once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Hey, there we go. Love your work, Jacob. That's a second double play for him, isn't it? And Josh Lowe will come in now. 1 for 3 today. A 2-2 pitch. And that should be simply caught, though I've said that before. And it is Abrams who makes the play. We get out of the 7th nice and quickly. Still, we have a lead. 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 errors. It's a nice, neat-looking scoreboard, isn't it? It's Olivero coming in, or Oviedo, I should say. ERA of 2.06. He's going to face Takazawa. It's a 2-2 pitch. Takazawa grounds at the third, and that is 1 away. In comes Rose now, who has already a hit today. He's 1 for 2. It's a 1-1 pitch, and Rose down towards third base, and Rose is out at first as well. Bringing in Lopez. I should say Lopez has got his 100th career RBI since we last saw him. And he's got a hit down towards third base. Is he going to be able to beat that? I tell you what, their third baseman worked hard there, didn't he? So no runs for us in the top of the 8th. We keep our 1-run lead. Indigo Diaz comes in. ERA of 5.5 for him. And Chris Mead will come in 0 for 3. It's an 0-2 pitch. Come on, Indigo. Let's get back to your best form here, mate. That is a ground ball, and it should be out at first. Lopez with the play. 1 away to Franco now, who is 1 for 3. It's a first pitch swing. And that is in towards center field. Takazawa can only get it on the bounce. So a 1-out single for Franco. In comes Williams now, who is 2 for 2 with their only RBI so far. A 1-2 pitch. Diaz with a strikeout, and that takes him to 249 career strikeouts. Can he rack up a nice even 250 against Pena here and send us to the 9th? No, it's a 1-0 pitch. It is. Oh, it's up the middle. It's going to get the runner over to third. Is it Takazawa? Cannot prevent that. So 2 out. Runners at the corners. Bottom of the 8th. We have a 1-run lead. Can Diaz get us out of it? It's Alberto Hernandez. He's 0 for 3. We need to keep the 0. It's a 2-0 pitch. Oh, it's into right field. It's going to tie the game. It's probably going to give them the lead. Ohtani's got a good arm. And, well, we keep the runners at second and third, but we are tied at 2. Diaz has given up yet another run. And he's going to face Randy Arizona now, who's 1 for 2. It's a 1-1 pitch. 2 out, 2 on. Oh, he's hitting to load the bases. Maybe Indigo needs to go and spend some time in AAA as well. Pinto, who's 0 for 2 now. This is huge. It's a 2-2 pitch. Oh, Diaz, you absolute muppet. He's walked in a run. Not walked in a run, but he's probably going to do that now. Oh, the bases aren't loaded now. He can't. So Green will end the inning, but we've fallen behind. Diaz gives up 2 in the 8th, and we need a run in the top of the 9th, and we've only had 2 hits all game. Andrew Shafeen comes in. I feel like we've had him somewhere before as well. It's going to be CJ Abrams to lead us off. He's 0 for 3. We need you on base here, CJ. It's a left-hander as well. A 2-2 pitch. Abrams has got himself on base. All right. Tying run aboard, and Abrams is quick. Riley Green now comes in. He's 0 for 3. We need a hit from you here, please, Riley. It's a full count. Oh, he swung at ball 4 there. It brings in Vera, who is 0 for 1. A 3-1. Vera gets it into right field. That's going to be caught, is it? It is. We are down to our final out. It is Shohei Ohtani. He is 1 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. There goes the runner. He gets there without a problem. So tying run is at second. Can Ohtani drive him in? It's a 2-2 pitch. Ohtani strikes out, and we've thrown that one away. So good. Ton, brilliant. Reese Olson, brilliant. Indigo Diaz, subpar. I mean, he's good. He was good for us last year, albeit, you know, he only pitched 10.2 inning in the regular season for us. So maybe, yeah, maybe it's just a bad day. But he's ERA over 6, 15 innings pitched. I wonder if he's tradable. Would we? You have to wonder, would that have happened if we had Gillespie? If have I traded the wrong man there? But the Royals go ahead of us now in the standings, and yeah, I mean it's still a long way to go. Obviously, it's nowhere near the end of the world, and that was a very good Tampa Bay side as well. So we've pushed them all the way there, but ultimately we've come up short. That will do it for today, though. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and we'll come back. We will face Minnesota in Detroit, and hopefully we'll be able to beat a divisional rival. Take care.